Hey everybody, Ian here. So welcome to February 2nd, day 2 of the romcom reviews. Sorry I'm posting this kind of late. I intended to film, this is February 2nd's video. I intended to watch the movie and film this video the night of February 1st. But then I just didn't. And then all day February 2nd, which is today, I was thinking like, oh, I'll the night of February 1st, I was like, oh, I'll watch it in the morning and I'll post it, by noon. And then in the morning, I was like, I'll get it posted by 3. And then around 2:30, I was like, well, 7 o'clock, obviously. And then once 5 or 6 o'clock was coming around, I was like, by the end of the night, that's fine. And here I am at 10:15, actually, just turned to 10:15. It's 10:15 and 3 seconds now. Here I am filming this. Uh, anyway, the movie I watched today was it was Knocked Up, written by Judd Apatow, and directed by him as well, starring Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl. And the basic plot is that after a promotion, Katherine Heigl works at E News, like the entertainment network, and she gets a promotion. She's like a producer and gets a promotion to be allowed on air, to actually be on TV, one of the reporters. And then so she and her sister go out that night. Her sister, who is married to Paul Rudd, her sister goes home. Katherine Heigl stays there, meets with Seth Rogen and his friends. Goes home with him that night, gets pregnant, finds out 8 weeks later that she's pregnant when she's getting morning sickness. And it's them dealing with that, and it ends with her giving birth. So it's the story of the pregnancy. It's called Knocked Up. It's about how knocked up she is, and it's very much so. Especially by the end of it, she's very pregnant. Since she's about to give birth. Uh, but one thing. Okay, so this was I'll say this right now. This was a very solid movie. This was not a standout movie in the way that Crazy Stupid Love was a really standout, high quality movie. This was still very, again, solid. I wouldn't give this an A, but like a B minus, sure. But one of the things that struck me most and most frequently was the cast. I'm just gonna read off the names of the cast members that I immediately recognize off of IMDb, and I think you'll be surprised. This movie was made in 2007. And I think you'll just be surprised by how many people are in here, and a lot of them are kind of minor roles. And this is not like a Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, Love Actually type movie where there's huge ensemble cast of big A-list celebrities that are all in their own storyline, that are all kind of interconnected. This is a story. The only storyline is Katherine Heigl and Seth Rogen being pregnant together, and it's just that every role in their storyline is filled with like famous people and people that only have gotten more famous since this movie came out. But so Seth Rogen, Katherine Heigl, obviously, like I said, it has Paul Rudd in it, Leslie Mann, Jason Segel, Jonah Hill. Who else? Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Ken Jeong, Craig Robinson, Adam Scott, BJ Novak. Who else? Just flipping through. There's some that aren't noteworthy. And then there's several appearances by big name celebrities who are playing themselves on like the red carpet. There's Jessica Alba, Jessica Simpson, Steve Carell, James Franco, Ryan Seacrest. This movie was just, again, it struck me watching this. It was like, oh my God, well, oh, that's Paul Rudd. Oh, that's Kristen Wiig. Oh, that's Bill Hader. Oh, that's Ken Jeong. It was fun. It was fun watching it. And like I said, it was a solid movie. It was a funny, it was a quick script. It was good. It was clearly thought out. Good pacing. There weren't really lulls in the movie, but it didn't go leaps and bounds ahead of my expectations the way that Crazy Stupid Love did. Crazy Stupid Love, like I said just earlier, was a really standout movie. And I'm actually glad I saw that one first out of the rom-com movies, because I feel like that's a good one to compare the rest of them to, because that movie, in every sense, directing, acting, writing, the musical choice, everything in Crazy Stupid Love was very top notch. And so I feel like that's a good standard to hold the rest of them to. And Knocked Up was not as good as Crazy Stupid Love, but it was very enjoyable from start to finish. One thing probably the thing that annoyed me most was actually one of the characters. It was the lady played by Leslie Mann, and it's the sister of the girl who gets pregnant. And she is married to Paul Rudd's character. And this lady is just, very unpleasant, very up in everyone's business, very rude. I kept yelling, just every time she would do anything, I would just yell, into the void, like, bitch! She said at one point, how she's not vaccinating her kids, and I was like, bitch! And she's yelling at Paul Rudd because he's actually been sneaking out, and so there's part of it. I get why she'd be angry or annoyed. At least she thinks he's been cheating on him, and so she follows him to this house, and it turns out that he's just doing fantasy baseball draft. At which point, I would think I would be relieved personally, like, oh, thank God, Paul Rudd, America's Angel is not cheating on me. I guess he's not playing Paul Rudd. He's playing Pete. I was like, Debbie, that's not right, but it's the name above. I saw Paul Rudd on this line and then went down a line to look at the character name. But she stays really mad at Paul Rudd for doing this fantasy baseball draft. And she feels like betrayed by him because he's doing that. And again, I was just like, bitch! She was very annoying, but it was also a type of thing where I loved to hate her. I was having fun being annoyed by her. And she was not... There were several instances where she was very on point, Several points were made. This was... But anyway, that's kind of... Just personal feelings about the characters. And actually, I think I'm going to do this just from now on. Every movie, I'm going to say my favorite and least favorite character. That lady, Debbie, is my least favorite character in this movie. My favorite character from this movie is just this one girl who appeared like 2 or 3 times. She's the girlfriend of one of Seth Rogen's friends. Seth Rogen lives with Jonah Hill, Jason Segel, this guy Jay Burachel, he's a real life friend of Seth Rogen's, and so Seth Rogen always puts him in his movies, but I don't actually how to say his name. And Martin Starr, that's another. I can see that's just based on the picture. I can see that he was in that house. There's a group of 5 of them all living together, 5 guys. And so they're all cheering him on for like 2 months before they find out that he got Katherine Heigl pregnant. They're like, oh yeah, good job. You got to score with the hot blonde on E! News. But anyway, the girlfriend of this guy, I think it's Martin's girlfriend, is just hilarious. She, when I first saw her, I thought she was like a 12-year-old girl, and I was like, why are these 20-something-year-olds hanging out with like a 12 or 13-year-old girl? That's gross. But she's not. She just looks very young. And I think it was enhanced by the fact that she had pigtails in her first scene, like braided pigtails, and I was like, what? And she's just very short, and so she looked for a second like she was a minor. But she was just hilarious. She was high in every scene that she was in, because they're all a big group of stoners, and they get high all the time. She was just really, really funny. She probably had fewer than 10 lines total, spread out across over like 3 scenes. So 3 lines per scene, roughly. And 2 out of 3 lines in her 3 scenes made me like laugh out loud. She was hilarious. Very funny. And my favorite scene, this doesn't have to do with her. I'll probably just start talking about my favorite scene. Not necessarily I won't give spoilers, But at one point, Paul Rudd's character and Seth Rogen, they go to Vegas to just kind of party, kind of a bachelor party. But it's just the two of them, and they're just hanging out as friends. But it's before, not too long before the baby's going to be born, so they're celebrating. But they go see Cirque du Soleil on shrooms, and Seth Rogen starts like tripping. He says the shrooms are turning against him, and they start showing all the masks of the creepy masks and weird shapes that the people are making, and they start filming it with like a fisheye lens, and so it gets very weird. For those of you who don't know what a fisheye lens, I'll try and add that effect when I'm making this video. So maybe while I'm talking, it'll be in a fisheye lens if I'm able to do that. If not, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I recommend this movie. I like this movie, and one thing I must note is I think that it's probably a boy movie, even though it's about Katherine Heigl being preg. I think this is a lot of it's probably boy funny. At one point, all the guys that live in Seth Rogen's house with him, all the guys except Seth Rogen, have pink eye when they like open the door, and they explain that they had all been farting on each other's pillows, and I guess they got fecal matter on the pillows, and then all of them have pink eye. Again, boy funny. And I'm sure there are girls that would think that's funny. You know, the cool girls. I'm not like other girls. In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. But yeah, I would give this movie... I didn't say this in yesterday's video, but I would give Crazy Stupid Love... I gave it like an 8.3. That was kind of my gut rating. Oh, I actually am in the process of making like kind of a rubric, because I want to give them like a standard, not just gut-based grade. But that's still in progress, since my gut feeling for Crazy Stupid Love was 8.3 out of 10. It felt, like I said, stand out enough to put into the 8s. But it wasn't, when I was thinking about it, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's above an 8.5. That seems too high to give. I would need a really, like, shockingly good movie to get above an 8.5. But this movie, I would give this like a 7.4 out of 10. This was, like I said, it was solid. There was nothing, it was well acted. It was well, it was well written. Probably if not the writing, then the acting is the standout, the real takeaway. And if it's not the writing, it's the acting. It's one of those two. The directing was not bad in any sense. And granted, I don't know a lot about directing. What I know about it is just from stuff I've observed. There was nothing wrong with the directing, but there was nothing particularly right with it, in the way that there were several, in Crazy Stupid Love, several really, really good shots. And shots that did like effective storytelling. Like they would be showing, they would be filming a character from far away, but then right up next to the camera, you can see the other characters' like legs. They're waiting for this person who is walking over to them, and the footwear and pants wear that this character has on are very significant to the scene that, you know, the other character's in at the end of it. This is Crazy Stupid Love. And then that's just effective storytelling to again have it show, don't tell. Don't have a character saying, "Oh, I'm here in my Sunday best for you. Look at me in my Sunday best." Show them in their Sunday best, and the audience can piece it together, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, I won't be talking about Crazy Stupid Love in all my other reviews. I'm just trying to explain what set that one apart without giving away spoilers. It's hard to do that. It's hard to explain the impact and the importance of a scene or of a specific shot without giving away why it's important. But yeah, Crazy Stupid Love was very, very, very good. Knocked Up was very good. And yeah, I recommend it. And like I said, yeah, I think a 7.4 out of 10, that feels fair. 7.4. If the last one, if Crazy Stupid Love was an 8.3, I think that's good. I recommend this movie, especially if I have a feeling that if you're a guy, you'll probably enjoy it more than if you were a girl. But I don't think that girls would not enjoy this movie. One thing I wanted to mention before I go, it's a little long. Katherine Heigl in particular was very good in this movie. She was very convincing, she and Seth Rogen had really good chemistry together as a couple. Like their characters were good together, and also the two of them as actors were pleasant. They didn't seem awkward together, the characters or the actors, except in the scenes where the characters were supposed to. But they had good flow. This was a very well cast movie. No one did a bad job in this. Even similar to Crazy Stupid Love, actually similar to the kid actors. There were a couple kid actors who are actually Judd Apatow, the director and writer. He cast his kids as the kids that are in the movie, who are, I mean, total screen time is like less than 4 minutes for those kids. They're not remotely central to the role in the way that the 13-year-old was in Crazy Stupid Love. But anyway, yeah, I would recommend watching this movie. I would watch this movie again. I saw this at some point in college. It's been at least like 5 or 6 years, and so I couldn't really remember much of it. But there were a few parts that I did remember, and just the general feeling. But I couldn't even remember how the ending went. I thought that during the movie, I was thinking, oh, don't they end up at a zoo at some point during this? And they do not. I don't know what I was thinking of, but it's not Knocked Up. Anyway, I recommend this. 7.4 out of 10. Knocked Up. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you hopefully earlier than 10:30 p.m. Tomorrow. I guess, I was late in honor of Katherine Heigl's character being late. That was always the intention. Never anything else. Anyway, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. I was going to say like, share, and subscribe to this video, but no, like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. And anyway, I will be, regardless of whether or not you do that, I will be back tomorrow on February 3rd to review 10 things I hate about you. So have a good night. Thank you. Okay, so I stopped recording. I finished recording like 10 minutes ago. And I've just been getting pictures of the cast for the video, the pictures that were popping up in the video, and I was going through the cast, and oh my god, I can't believe I even scrolled past this the first time, like during the video, and I didn't even have time to. I guess I had time. I was just too excited. I'm just holding my microphone. I don't even have it on the stand over here. I was too excited. When Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen, they go to Vegas and they get lap dances at one point. Apparently, one of the lap dancers is none other than Stormy Daniels, who, if you don't pay attention to politics, she's a porn star who became world famous after Donald Trump became president because she she said that she had an affair with Trump and that he paid her money through his attorney Michael Cohen, hush money, like $100,000 of hush money to silence Stormy Daniels from and apparently it didn't work because she came out and said that they had this this illicit affair, and not affair. She's a porn star, she wasn't a mistress of his, but oh my god, that's she. I mean, she's like, I can't say she's a quote unquote big deal, but she became a household name. I think a household name. I mean, it was so widely discussed. There I'm just I keep looking at it. It's on the other side of my screen, and it's like, oh my God, Stormy Daniels. I can't believe she's in this. I can't believe she was in this. That's insane. That's just insane. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have for this last little bit. I just kind of, I had already taken apart my filming setup, and I just slap it back together. I was like, Stormy Daniels. Anyway, yeah, watch Knocked Up if for anything to see Stormy Daniels' boobs pressed against either Seth Rogen or Paul Rudd's face. I'm not sure which one she was giving a lap dance to because I wasn't paying attention during the movie. Oh my God, I can't believe it's Stormy Daniels. Oh my God, I can't believe that. That's crazy. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.